This is weird.
From the land of conjurers, flying through the internet to your device like a UAP, hauntingly unexplained and downright weird, this is the Witching Hours, and we are ready to take off in the flash of an eye. Good evening to one and all, wherever and whenever you are listening to this program. I am Frosty, and joining me, as always, is the medium, Jenny Lee. How are you doing, Jenny?
I'm doing pretty good today. How about yourself?
Yeah, we're doing okay. I just realized it's been a busy day today. It's Monday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I was kind of going through the motions as one does, I guess, sometimes on a Monday.
Yeah.
To realize that we are, in the midst of the fall season.
Today is the first day.
We have flipped the calendar, so to speak, there. And we've had an eventful week.
Yes.
So I've lost track a little bit. For those who don't know, we now are grandparents.
Yes. Our little grandchild made his appearance on the 17th.
So, the week has flown by and I didn't even pay attention. So it was like, man, we're moving right along here. And we also are, I guess, officially, we can officially say that we're moving into spooky season now at this time too.
Yes. Although many people have been since July.
Yeah, since July. So we got a lot of things coming up. We have a lot of things coming up. We have a lot of things on the Witching Hours coming up besides tonight's show, which we're super excited for. We are going to start in the next few weeks, start talking about what could possibly be in store for Team Weird in 2026. So we have that coming up. So make sure that you stay tuned in the next few weeks to start getting some information about that. Tonight we have a great show for you. A lucky winner or two is going to get a Trance Scribing reading from none other than Irene Achelois. So we have Danica McCann on, and we have Bill the Tech Guy on from Trance Scribing tonight.
Mr. Bill.
From the Spirit Realm Network. So we're going to have them on. We're going to talk about that tonight, and we'll have them on in just a moment. But I guess we should probably go ahead and get into the weird news. You ready, Jenny?
Yep.
First, I guess we should say thank you for joining us on the Witching Hours. Thank you for everyone who's hanging out in chat. Thank you, CMC, for your fine compliment of my, wannabe introduction of Art Bell. And
yes,
another one is George Knapp. He had a great intro too. But thank you guys for joining us on the Witching Hours. Your home for the paranormal, supernatural, and unexplained. If you enjoy this show, please subscribe, click like, leave a review, whatever it is, wherever you're listening to, whatever platform that is, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts, or if you're watching this on YouTube, whatever you can do is always great because it helps more people find the show, and the more people that find the show, the more cool things we can do. And that's really the goal for the show, is to do cool stuff with the paranormal, supernatural, and unexplained. So thank you for your support. So getting into the news tonight, Jenny's news story number one, I showed this to you the other day, Tim Burchett. There are entities coming from several deep water areas.
Oh, by God.
A peculiar exchange, which occurred on September 17th, saw Burchett speak out in candid fashion about extraterrestrial visitors as he walked along the streets of Washington, D.C. What if, quote from Representative Burchett here, what if these are entities that are here on this earth, that have been on this earth for who knows how long, and we think they're coming from way out? Maybe they did a millennia ago, but they're here and they're in these deep water areas. Like we say, we know more about the face of the moon than we know what's going on there, meaning the ocean. We have a higher propensity of sightings around these 5 or 6, I believe, deep water areas, and it creates questions there. So openly kind of talking with the reporter on the streets about, he thinks a significant significance in these deep water areas where they keep having UFO sightings. One, and I don't know if these are separate, maybe someone in chat would know, but I know one specifically would have to be the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
So we know there's been lots of sighting around the Great Lakes. I don't know if these are
When
multiple sites here or what, but
off the coast of California near Catalina.
yeah.
That's
Lots of
two.
sightings in the North Atlantic, so that'd probably be 3. And who knows, like worldwide, the Bermuda Triangle, or do we have more sightings there, or is that starting to become not so much a thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. That'd be interesting to kind of talk about. But, it's really interesting because, here once again, we have, a congressional representative who's kind of, one of the people kind of leading this congressional hearing that are taking place with UAPs, who's kind of openly speculating about what's going on with UFOs and the ocean. So more news there. I don't know if you remember, Jenny, we watched a documentary maybe last year on Homo naledi. I'm mispronouncing that. I know. I went over my pronouncing yesterday and I forgot it already. The mystery of Homo naledi, an ancient human species who buried their dead, deepens with new burial discovery.
I remember watching the documentary. Yes.
Yeah, well, they found out some more information. A recent study reexamines evidence from the Rising Star Cave system in South Africa, suggesting that an extinct species of small-bodied hominin with a brain size much smaller than that of modern humans may have intentionally buried their dead over 240,000 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a long time. This type of behavior was previously considered to be unique to Homo sapiens. So this new discovery obviously kind of rattled some cages and brought out some naysayers and so on and so forth. That discovery was in 2013 when paleoanthropologist Lee Berger recruited a team of researchers capable of navigating the extremely narrow passages in that cave system.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. Or terrifying.
Yeah. So now they're saying that they found even more. So Homo naledi were less than 5 feet tall with a combination of ape-like shoulders, human-like hands and feet, and a brain roughly one third the size of modern humans. In 2015, Berger suggested that Homo naledi intentionally placed their dead in the caves. That drew criticism. Many experts took aim at the theory, suggesting that the way the fossils might have been found were up in the air, and that could have been caused by flooding and shifting sediment. But we're kind of finding now that they have found more evidence of burial caves, and they're finding more places in the caves where more of these burials are taking place. And they're kind of being able to put this together that not only was this one site for burial, but the new study, which includes 20 researchers from 6 different countries, aims to address these criticisms by systematically designing a minimal cultural burial hypothesis to test again other possible explanations. So it's looking like they found more burial sites from this, kind of small group of hominins, which is something that has been really, really interesting me lately. Because just the amount of other humans that have existed. Now we're getting into we went from having some other types of humans to having like dozens of other types.
Yeah, we just keep finding more of them.
We're going to find out that there were hundreds of different kinds of humans, and many of them kind of overlapping each other on their time on the planet, which I think, we don't have a written history of it, but man, what kind of interesting things could have happened,
Absolutely.
So more stuff for that. And finally, in Manchester, England, a band called Bionic and the Wires is on the cutting edge of fungi music. Fungi.
Like
John
mushrooms?
Ross. Yeah, John Ross and Andy Kidd are producing music by attaching sensors to mushrooms and plants to turn their electrical signals into musical notes.
That's neat.
The sensors are attached to bionic arms, which strike the instruments, and the different organisms create different beats. Says it's a really good way to connect with plants and mushrooms and a really sort of emotional experience, Russ said. So maybe you can go online and check out the band Bionic and the Wires.
Were they eating the mushrooms in order to come up with this idea?
They might have. Those two things might have been mutually exclusive. I don't know.
It sounds cool, though.
Yeah.
I'd listen to it.
So there we go. There's lots of stuff in the news, but that's the news that I thought was weird. So that was the weird news.
Nice.
All right, here we go, everybody. Danica McCann began looking for answers about spirit communication at an early age. Her drive for answers has culminated into over 15 years of paranormal investigation experience. Her deep dive into paranormal world created a strong determination to spend more of her time doing private investigations to help owners understand the activity in their spaces. Irene Achelois is a certified medium and passionate paranormal enthusiast with over 20 years of experience in the scientific field. Since childhood, she has had the ability to see apparitions, and today she combines her spiritual gifts with her analytical expertise to help others heal and find peace. Her connection to divine light allows her to communicate with spirits on this plane. Whether through remote viewing, gallery readings, psychic walkthroughs, or investigating haunted locations, or tonight, transcribing, Irene provides compelling evidence of the soul's journey and offers reassurance that our loved ones continue to guide, support us from beyond. And Mr. Bill is the technical director for Trance Scribing. He has been in video production for over 2 decades. And Bill makes sure that all the technical aspects of the show, Transcribing, moves along smoothly. Please welcome to the show. That's some buttons to click, Jenny.
I'm getting it.
Danica McCann, Irene Achelois, and Mr. Bill, the tech guy. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great.
Excellent.
Irene's been better.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been better. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I apologize if I make weird noises during this.
No.
That's okay.
Well, I will say,
You got some tea or something?
yeah, and I feel extremely guilty because earlier Irene was like, I feel a little bit under the weather, but if you still want to do the show, we're good. And I was like, okay, because I know what it's like to be a little bit under the weather, you know. But now that I've got to talk to Irene, I feel like she's a lot under the weather. And so now I'm like, you know, we could have done something. But so thank you so much for coming on, Irene. I know that that's a lot to get through. So thank you so much.
And today is Mr. Bill's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Which it's my mom's birthday, and it's also my Celeste Luna's mom's birthday. So we have a lot of birthdays today.
Hold on. Don't.
Me and Luna have the same birthday.
Yes.
And
then
our
your moms have the same birthday?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I knew that part. I knew that you guys had the same birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Allison has the same birthday as us, too. It's a lot of 22s.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
22 rocks.
That's right. That's the best number.
Yeah, we have a lot of 22s in our family. It goes around pretty big.
Yeah.
So, well, thanks so much, guys, for coming on tonight. Well, I guess, you know, one of the main things we want to talk about tonight is the show that all of you are involved in over on Spirit Realm Network called Trance Scribing. Do you want to tell everyone in the community a little bit about what that's about, how it got started, and what you guys do over there?
Sure, I guess I'll go real quick before I lose my voice. So I have to save up. But we joined with the Spirit Realm Network a while back now. And the Spirit Realm Network's owner, Jim, brought up the idea of maybe having a show. And because I do readings a little differently than what's already on the network, because I like to automatic write and draw. It seemed like a good avenue for us and for the Spirit Realm Network. And then Danica came on as moderator, and we have the great Mr. Bill also as our technical director, who helps kind of keep us in check. And when I come on right before the show and I'm panicking, like somebody waiting for somebody to show up for their birthday party, it's the example I use every time. You calm me down. And you don't know if you want to talk a little bit more about you and Mr. Bill?
Yeah. Well, I usually am not on air. I'm usually in the green room. So when people join and click the link, they show up in a nice little backstage area where I will greet them and talk to them a little bit and let them know what to expect when they're getting their reading. And then make sure cameras are working and make sure that the sound is on for everybody. And then we kind of go from there and pick and choose who's going to get the readings. And Mr. Bill then takes it from there and shuffles everybody around.
Excellent. So it's a lot going on behind the scenes. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you will rarely see me on the show. I will always be backstage.
And if it's running smoothly, it's Mr. Bill. A lot of pieces and parts to keep track of.
Yeah, and
It's still Mr. Bill.
he does a good job.
So coming into the fall season, when is the what nights and time is the show?
We've moved to Tuesdays at 8. So you can find us 8 p.m. Eastern. And the premiere is set for September 30th, as long as all goes well, technology-wise. Either way, you'll be able to find us going live on Spirit Realm's Facebook page. And hopefully spiritrealm.net will go live there as well. That's pretty, Tuesdays at 8.
We started airing last May, and then we took a little break for the summertime. We had some traveling to do, and we wanted to switch from Fridays to Tuesdays, so that was a perfect timing for us.
Wonderful. Well, that's great for our community too, because Tuesday's a night off for us, so that means that we can go hang out a little bit more on Tuesdays.
Because the plan is to have Jenny Lee guest on the show in the near future.
Yeah.
And vice versa, and have
we're trying to do a little switch off on a Tuesday Friday thing going on. So that'd be a lot of fun for sure. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So I guess when
Irene isn't sick.
Yes. So we did want to mention we are going to have 1 or 2 readings tonight. We'll see how that goes, also depending on how Irene feels. So I do want to put out kind of, I don't know if it's a warning or just information, that if you decide that you want to put your name in the hat for a reading tonight, you are going to have to come on to this stream. I will send you a link, and you will click on that, and you will have to be able to come on with audio and video, correct, Irene? Typically audio and video for the readings. So you will have to make an appearance on the stream if you would like your readings. So as we move along tonight, kind of keep that in mind when we look for volunteers a little bit later.
Put your shirts on.
Shirts. I mean, I guess if it's above the waist, the pants are optional, but
just don't stand up.
Yeah.
If you prefer a tank top, that's acceptable.
Yeah. Just have some kind of clothes on.
No one can tell I'm not wearing any pants, so it's all good.
Neither are we.
All right, so let's get into the next part of this. So we've talked about automatic writing. I know about automatic writing, and I've talked about automatic writing before. Is there a difference between automatic writing and transcribing? And if so, what are those differences?
So for me, transcribing is a lot more to do with the title than how things operate. For the most part, but I do find that when I go into a reading state, I can go into partial trance, and so sometimes I think it's the clear cognizance that comes through. Sometimes it's however, I take on that trance that comes through my drawing and my writing. So it could switch back and forth, but a lot of it is, I think that cognizance. What I tell people when they sit down with me is that when they're in front of me, I say, this notebook is so that I get out of my own way. Because I'm too busy looking around trying to figure out what's happening, and that the notebook helps keep me grounded and brings that cognizance through. Not that I can't go without it, but this is for me my favorite part, especially because people like seeing something in front of them. When you draw a picture that looks like something that they recognize, for them that carries so much more weight than just saying something to them. One time I'm not even kidding you, I drew an image, and I'm looking at this, and it looks like somebody's front yard, and it looks like somebody carrying a leaf blower on their back and blowing leaves and doing yard work. And I'm like, okay, I know this sounds completely ridiculous, but this is what I see in this image. And she looks at it and she goes, no, I see it too. And yesterday we did a ton of yard work, and I was running the leaf blower, to clear up like all the clippings and things like that from the sidewalk. And she goes, that looks like the space that,
Wow.
yeah. So for me, those are those moments that, solidify it sometimes for people.
But when you do your readings, like you're not really looking at the person, you're looking at like things around you. So what do you see when you're,
it's like Irene. It's like Irene is like in a space that we can't see.
Yeah.
She's seeing things in a space. Yeah.
Well, and I'll give an example of that. So we were lucky enough to be able to have Irene do a gallery reading at Teamwear Takeover. And I noticed that when you were reading, sometimes it looked like you were kind of looking at me, but you weren't. You were like looking past me. And so I would go to make eye contact with you, trying to be polite. And I realized that you were making eye contact with me. You were looking at something else. So, yeah. So that is an interesting question. What kind of things, how does that work for you?
It's kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it. I can see the space that I'm physically in, but I see another space at the same time. It's like overlaid. So like maybe, do you remember the old Star Treks and they used to have like the holograms, right? So it's like a hologram over the area that I'm already in. So sometimes I'm in a space completely, especially if I'm doing a reading and I'm supposed to be describing the space to the person that I'm sitting with. But when I look out, I see, I see a different area, a different realm, a different layer of like this physical world. Like it's just different, and it's the area that they pass through. So I see the people that are coming through. I see I can be in a space where they're showing me images and symbols, and it's going back and forth constantly. So I'm just trying to like catch everything and like draw as much information in as I possibly can. When they're cooperating, when they're not cooperating, I'm like, please say something else.
I can attest because when we go on investigations and she's doing her spatial readings, you got to keep an eye on her because she'd walk right off the stair ledge. If she's looking around, doesn't know where. What she's looking at.
There's not stairs in that other realm.
No. And I think that when I tell people it's like a partial trance, that's kind of how I look at it, is I enter a different space with the space that I'm in now. So I'm not just sitting here, and just seeing images. I see images in front of me. I don't just see them in my mind. I mean, even though I'm seeing them in my mind, it's hard to really explain. But I do sometimes physically look at the person, which sometimes freaks them out too. Because I look at them physically because I'm supposed to see something going on in their body. So that's when you'll find me sometimes looking at them.
Okay.
I do remember a time that you turned into a Southern lady when we were on investigation.
Oh.
And there were some, like, there's this draw that just comes out of Irene. And she
was a little bit more
she said, no, that was like, I'm somebody else now, but she was like, you silly boy.
Yeah.
That was investigating with us. And she's like, you silly boy. I'm like, that's not Irene.
Yeah. You're going to have to come move down here to Virginia with us.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
So when we talk about trance, Jenny, is that kind of, would you describe that as kind of like when you're doing your channeling, would you also describe that as going to a trance? Is that kind of the same mode? Or okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like an interchangeable word for the same thing.
Yeah.
Trance and channeling, or some people call it trance channeling. And it's the same thing, just different words. Because you know how we are with words. We like to have lots of words for the same thing, or they have slightly different meanings or something.
Well, that was part of the whole naming the show. We had a list of like 20. We just, is it spirit scribing? Is it ghost writing? What is it? Like we had like lists of words that, mean what they are, and then things that sounded cool together. So you kind of had to like put them all together and be like, what do you think? We tossed it around, so it seemed to flow.
Yeah, because it's almost like it's the word transcribing.
Yeah.
But so it's like a play on words.
Yeah.
Play on words.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were getting fun with it.
You are you're transcribing what the spirit is telling you, but it's in a trance.
Right.
So yeah, it's that was really clever.
Hey, Shauna.
All right. So I wanted to get your take a little bit more on this, Jenny, because I know that this is something, that you wanted to talk more about too, specifically call about the transcribing, because I also want to get into, we haven't had a chance to talk about Booby's Brewery yet on this show, have we, with you guys since we've been back?
Yeah.
I don't think so. So maybe we can talk about that a little bit too. But I want to make sure we cover this because we're going to be doing more with that later.
What?
Did you have anything, Jenny, specifically talking about transcribing? About automatic writing?
I thought you had more to this. I guess for you, Irene, do you think of what you're doing as automatic writing, or is it? I mean, it's really more like automatic drawing. But I think I don't know. Once again, we're at words. We're having issues with.
Could
words.
that be also be spirit art?
Yeah. So automatic writing is the automatic writing, I guess, is words, and automatic drawing would be pictures. But essentially, it's the same. It's the same thing. Do you have words come through? Does automatic writing ever get mixed in with it?
Yep, it gets mixed in. Messages, I'll write down messages that come through from a spirit. So it could be full sentences when they grace me with a full sentence, things like that will come through. So that I will write. But for me, it's interchangeable. It goes from one to the other. It goes from drawing to writing, and I can't specifically define it. Then some people look at it and they're like, well, you're doing art. And because people have come back to me and they're like, I've framed because they get this paper when it goes, and they're like, I framed your paper, and so it's so hard for me to define it. So some people want to define me as a spirit artist. Some people want to define me as an automatic writer or as an automatic drawer. And for me, I've never fit in a mold in my entire life. So I fit in a mold when it comes to this. So it's just.
We do know one person who has taken an image that she's drawn and actually had it tattooed on their body.
Oh,
Wow.
So that's art.
Yeah. Plus,
it's hard for me to see myself as I'm just me. It's hard sometimes when other people are like, well, you're this and you're this. And then I think of our teachers that are so much better at this or at this. And I'm like, okay, sure. I don't know, I have a hard time with that. Sometimes she has to kick me in the butt and get me to, be like, no, you are these things. And I'm just like, okay, I guess so. But I do there's no true definition. I can't I don't understand why.
Well, it's just words are hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Words are hard.
And it's hard for me to describe what I do too, because it's so many different things.
Yep.
So, we're just talking and channeling energies. It's all energy.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I know we matter because we're the channel, right?
Yeah.
But it really doesn't matter because what matters is the message that's coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. And, like I said, it doesn't really matter how the message comes through necessarily. And there's lots of different ways that messages are coming through. It seems like more and more ways, and maybe more and more people that are capable of bringing those messages across.
Yeah.
But it is interesting because I guess the problem is, like you said, words, Jenny, but almost like a lot of other things, wanting to put titles on things that necessarily don't need to have some kind of definition or title.
Yeah.
So,
and really, the more you work with spirit, you realize that they don't like words either, and they don't want to tell you things that put things into categories or give things titles. They're not about that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had a question for Mr. Bill. So Mr. Bill, you were telling us about yourself before the stream started, and you were a tech person for different school districts and a bus driver. How in the world did you get hooked up with all of these weird woo-woo people?
Short, long story.
Okay.
I had a spiritual experience myself that was stroke related, and I basically became enlightened into that aspect. The stroke kind of eliminated my background as far as employment and my way of life. It changed the whole dynamics of everything. And I needed something to do after my recovery. Lost a quarter of my brain, but I never dismissed any of the knowledge that I have gained throughout my years. More of a little bit of backstory. I was an air traffic controller for the military. Never went active duty full time, just basically stayed National Guard. After that, that's when I started working for school districts, being their technical directors and helping students build clubs to be on their own, producing their own shows or going out in the field and recording sports. When the stroke took it all day, yeah, it was depressing, absolutely. I afflicted myself. I still can't, recreate it or understand it, but, it enlightened me. So I was determined to get back up on my feet, do something with myself, make something of myself. I met Jim online. He was looking for basically an assistant director, not director, but on the technical side. He's all the way on the West Coast. I'm all the way on the East Coast. We came to a mutual agreement that I'm just one of several other technical directors that help support the Spirit Realm Network. And I work very remotely. Like, I hardly ever go out onto the field. I don't go doing the paranormal investigations. Someday it is still a little challenging right now for me. But I do everything remotely. I bring in all the feeds, and what I do for Irene and for her shows, I'm like the bridge between the technology and the spiritual experience. Did I answer the question?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
And while we've got you talking, why don't you share your book with us about your experience?
So another thing I did for myself was, you always want to document moments of your life. And when something's very transforming for yourself, you want to be able to reflect on that. And the impact that I made inspired a lot of other people that, oh my God, you had a stroke, you basically were at rock bottom, everything, but you climbed yourself back up. I was wheelchair bound after that stroke. It happened right at the peak of COVID when the pandemic set in, shut everything down. So I was hit with double and triple whammies as far as getting the help after the initial saving. There was no mental health services because they were already preoccupied with the COVID pandemic. Yeah. There were no offices available. It wasn't until about September of that year that everything started to become telehealth. Like, telehealth didn't even exist pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the other obstacle. And you couldn't even get people to come to your home. Like, getting a home health aid was near to impossible.
Wow.
To get physical therapy and mental health. So I was on my own. I was determined. I had a turnaround moment for me where in one of my physical therapy sessions, I thought I had broken my ankle because I have no pain sensation down my left side at all. As long as I can see everything on the left side, I can articulate everything and move things. But if it's out of my line of sight, I have no idea what my hand's doing or what my leg's doing. So during the physical therapy, I thought I broke my ankle. It turned out to be an anxiety attack.
Oh, wow.
Because I had no clue what was going on, but they had called the rescue. I was, swiftly brought to the hospital. They kept me overnight because they thought I was having another mini stroke. Because, once you have one stroke, the chances of having another one within, that first year is about 75% chance.
Wow.
So they kept me overnight for observation. And then for some reason, I had brought my laptop because I'm very tech savvy.
Yeah. You're the tech guy.
I was getting frustrated because I was getting very uncomfortable trying to balance the laptop with the one hand while still trying to maneuver with the other hand. So I all of a sudden just stood up and started moving furniture around in the hospital room. And it was like one of those, oh my God, I'm standing holding my IV pole at the same time, moving furniture around. And here I am walking, where when they got me to the hospital, I was in physical therapy because I could barely walk. At that point, I had graduated to a cane coming out of I went to Meriden Hospital for like an intense 3-month rehabilitation. So they graduated me out of that wheelchair and I was in a walker. But at this point in time, I was just using a cane. So to make this long story even shorter, I always like to reverse that. I found myself in this hospital room, moving furniture around, only holding on to the IV pole. But when I realized it, I wasn't holding on to that IV pole.
Oh, wow.
That was when I realized, well, if I could do this, what's stopping me from not having to rely on holding on to stuff?
Yeah.
So I was already in a hospital room. The door was already closed. You know, it's already COVID. So you don't have traffic going up and down the hallways, people peeking in because they always have to put on their gear and the mask to enter a room to begin with. So I had like total complete privacy for that duration of the night where I was just on my own figuring things out. And the more I figured things out, I tested my abilities to the point where when they finally came in to check on me the following morning, I was standing there without the pole nearby, just waving to them like, all right, so I'd like to see the doctor. And they're like, how come you're not in bed? I said, I'd like to ask the doctor. I'd like to be discharged. I don't think I live here anymore.
Yeah.
So I walked out. So when I met Jim and became part of the Spirit Realm Network, I got involved with a lot of other of his programs to help them along the way, tech-wise, because a lot of the shows that he was bringing on are individuals with very talented gifts, but they weren't very tech savvy, and that's where he brought me in. And I helped bridge that gap by not just teaching them, but showing them the ropes that eventually that you can do this on your own, especially for just the one-camera shows that don't do any interactions. With Irene's show, it's phenomenal, but she requires that little extra help.
Yeah. Irene is extra. That's why.
Yeah. Hello, I'm going to walk over a set of stairs. I think I need Bill and Danica there.
Make sure you're not falling off somewhere. Yeah.
But she is fantastic, and the gift that she has is absolutely amazing. But I don't want to ever have to leave her show, and I don't expect her to ever have to leave my services. But the way we incorporate the guests coming on, the same familiarity, the same setup that you have for Rusty and Jenny, similar to what we do. We keep implementing new and different things. Technology is always changing. The gear that I use is evolving and always wanting to be updated for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that said, the transformation that I went through, I had to get it down in writing.
Yeah.
And what I wrote about was, the title's called The End, A New Beginning. And you learn, you adapt, and you grow through life. And you just keep repeating that cycle every day of your life, every moment you can get. Because you're constantly learning, you're constantly going to adapt to what you just learned, and you're going to grow on that. And then the more you grow, the more you're going to keep learning. And the more you keep learning, the more you're going to keep, it just keeps repeating itself over and over. And what I found out when I had thought I had that anxiety attack, and I realized I don't need stability to keep me from doing things. I can do it myself now. So I kept learning and growing to do more. I kept pushing myself more. And that's the thing. You got to keep challenging yourself to do more, to do better. And I reflected all that and basically I mean, it's very huge. The back of it, because you can't really see it, it's all black with the white writing.
Can people find it on Amazon?
I'm sorry?
Can people find it on Amazon?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So
yeah, it's also in a Kindle version.
Okay, the end.
A New Beginning.
A New Beginning.
It's not a very big book. It's basically the starter because I wanted to get it all. The first chapter talks about how I live day to day with the values that I've learned. And then the rest of it goes into the examples of what I just explained of how I incorporate everything that has transpired and how to do better. And then towards the end, it talks about me and the complications that I had about stroke. Not just the physicality and the mental instability, medications. The medications was really the culprit to a lot of the other problems too. Not only did I have to feel physically and mentally, but the doctors, because of COVID and the lack of help, they put me on so many medications that the brain was dead from the stroke. The other 3/4 were manipulated by the medications. And I had a pure problem. It was, oh, well, you're just depressed. We'll just keep giving you more meds. It's like, no.
Yeah, absolutely.
When was it? 3 years ago, I'll keep it real quick. 3 years ago, my wife and I had a very long discussion that we're just going to go cold turkey with those meds, get rid of them. It saved my life because I'm right back to where I was pre-stroke.
Yay, that's wonderful.
I'm not working in a school district, which is okay by me.
Well, I think it's great too. The title of the book, kind of a little bit of synchronicity there, because it's something I've been talking about quite a bit. It's come up in conversations just over this last week, which is this idea of the idea of working towards a goal, and that goal being the end point. Especially talking to young people, it's like, I'm going to do this thing, and then that's going to be the point that I reach. And, I've thought that way a lot of my life too. And as you get older, you start realizing well, what happens when you reach that goal?
Yeah.
Is that the end? No. Like the title of your book, it's a new beginning. Because now you're trying to figure out, what are you going to do next? What is the next chapter that you want to write? And I think especially in our society, we don't explain that enough or talk about that enough, that there's multiple chapters that are written, and you can meet a goal and then create a new one and have a whole new thing that you go on to do, which I think is more common than it is for people who just do one thing, right? Or experience that one thing. Yeah. So I really love the title of your book.
I shared Bill's book link in the chat on both Spirit Realm Facebook and Twitch.
Well, thank you very much.
And we had a lovely comment from Shauna. Those are some intense trials and tribulations. You are a warrior, sir. I commend you. Well done.
Thank you.
And it looks like we were starting to get the list going for people who would like to get transcribing reading from Irene. So far we have Luna and Luce. So let's say it out loud, because I think it was just going through in the chat. If you would like to enter to win a reading from Irene tonight, put the word join in chat, whether you're on Facebook or on Twitch. And we're going to get you in our wheel of names, or as we like to call it, the wheel of weirdos. Mm-hmm. And we'll see who gets a reading tonight. We're gonna let Irene do one and see how she's feeling. We don't want to push her too hard, so we'll say at least one person is going to get a reading. We'll see how she's feeling after that.
Sounds good.
Excellent. So let's get into. There's one other thing we wanted to kind of get into a little bit, I guess, before we hit the 9 o'clock hour. That'll leave us about 30 minutes. We'll probably start looking at trying to get a reading, and then. But we did want to talk about Booby's Brewery. Because we got to go there and investigate with you all over the summer. Yeah, that was a great time.
Yeah, it was.
We've talked about it a little bit. Me and Jenny, I guess, we talked about it on the show when we got back, and we said that we don't really know what was there necessarily, We, of course, go figure. We didn't get all the answers the first time we were there, right? But we definitely came away. We definitely came away with the feeling the place was very active. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah,
I would agree. Yes.
Yeah. It was interesting. It was interesting because of the way the building, how large the building is, to be honest. Like there was so much to investigate. I felt like we could have stayed at one point we were like in a dining room and I felt like we could have been there almost the whole night and not even gotten to other sections of the tavern. That was the first time that you guys had been there before, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So any like things specifically? I know it's been a while now since we did that investigation, but was there anything that you
Reflections
guys
on our trip to
specifically wanted to
movies.
talk about? Yeah.
Was there anything afterwards that you thought about it differently, or you figured something out after we were there?
Well, I just want to make the note that Jenny and Frosty slept in the bed with a mirror on the ceiling. I just want to make
that. I don't know if we mentioned that in our in our retelling of the story.
Probably not.
It was a bigger bed of all the weird beds.
Yeah.
It was the perfect bed for the weirdo group, for sure.
Yeah.
All those rooms were a little weird.
Yeah.
I'll have to say it is a really unique building, and it has the catacombs underneath, which are not like the Paris catacombs, but more like a cellar style where people can eat. And I thought it was really unique that was built underneath that building, and each room was so very unique. And we didn't really get to investigate the rooms so much, and I don't know if they said that there were activities going on in there, but the ballroom for sure. I know several of us had been touched down in that one artsy area. And Jenny, you were trancing, and there's an channeling an elemental, which was, I thought that was very unique. I thought that was very cool to listen to.
We had
it was like a little rock dude.
Yeah, we had some stuff too while you were channeling, didn't we? I can't remember.
We had what?
Some electrical things happened too while you were channeling.
We had,
so.
Yeah, we were getting a lot of EMFs down there. And then like you guys were both kind of getting stuff at the same time. And that's when we started getting just like huge spikes down there. What, kind of the thing that I was thinking that I thought was odd about the place specifically was the catacombs. Well, they're not catacombs.
Yeah.
It's a cave.
It wasn't for dead people.
And so, for me,
it was for beer kegs.
Yeah. Not knowing anything about the place, like my kind of skeptical senses started tingling a little bit, and I was like, okay, well, why would anything? But darned if the catacombs weren't super active. I mean, when we got down there, I was like, man, we should have spent way more time down here because it was absolutely off the hook just for the short amount of time that we were really down there.
And we were chasing noise too. Like we were down in the lower catacombs, right? But up that set of stairs, that other area, it sounded like chairs were moving and nothing was going on. You go up there and everything's fine. Completely
empty. We were getting lots of EMF spikes. Both of you guys were getting a lot of evidence down there. Being touched was a big thing down there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of
people
in
that dining room. I was touched in that dining room too.
Well, that's where I got that's the first time I've ever been touched, was going through the brewery.
Oh, really?
I was like, yeah, because something touched the top of my head, and I was like, oh, well, I hit something, because I hit my head quite often. But like, when I, maybe that's why I do this show. I don't know, but when I looked around, I was like, oh, it was like a ribbon that was hanging down or something like that. And then when I looked around, there was nothing there. Like, how they had the lights and stuff in certain rooms hanging down, like the Christmas lights, but there was nothing there. And I was like, oh man, what, like something, I told Jenny when we went through, and it wasn't even when we were investigating, it was when we were doing the walkthrough before. So I was like, yeah, that was my first touch. That was the first time I had experienced that. So
Oh, that's so fun. I'm glad we were there
is.
for your first touch.
my first touch with the mirror above the bed.
Yeah, it wasn't in the bed. It wasn't in the bed with the mirror above it.
Yeah.
And both Jenny and Irene, the lady that floats around, you guys both at different times saw her. So
Yeah.
Independent of each other.
yeah, independent. So.
Which we never got to talk about what people saw there. Danica, did you know this? Did you know the story about what people see?
I don't know the story, though. I do remember the one person that was down there with us said, "Oh yeah, people see that lady." So
The lady that worked there.
yeah, and then the lady that worked there said she saw people had seen the lady, and they'd also seen the man in that barrel room that you guys.
Yeah, we both picked up on those. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the stories was a good collaboration between what you and Irene saw and the stories. Like they all kind of coincided. So
And you know what I loved is the people that work there were watching the live as we were going.
We're so
and
excited.
tell us, yeah.
They were so excited, which was great.
I like when people are proud of their spaces and they're proud that they have activity in their space and not just like, oh, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was super fun.
Yeah, because they had like genuine excitement, and they're really excited for people to do like honest investigations too. They're like, oh, like they just want to find out what's going on there just as much as anybody else does.
Yeah.
You know?
Or to have validation for what they experienced.
Yeah, their experiences for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Well, it is almost 9:00. If there is anybody else that wanted to have their name put in the wheel of names to see if you get a chance to win, now is the time. Put the word join in the chat. This is the last call.
And another disclaimer that I will private message you a link to get into our studio here. So you have to have the capability, whether it's on your phone or a laptop or a computer, to have a camera and a mic. If you have your phone, that should be pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Or even on a laptop for the most part. So just beware that when we bring you on live, that you will be on live on the air.
So make sure you got a shirt on. You straightened, fixed your hair.
Yeah.
You don't got to have a full face of makeup. Just,
I don't have any on tonight.
Yeah, Frosty didn't have to fix his hair either.
Yeah.
I have the capability to wear a shirt and face.
Yeah.
He can buff. He can buff.
Yeah.
It's looking buffed right now. A little shiny there.
All right. So far we have Denise Kennedy. We have Luce, and we have Luna, who are who want to throw their name in the wheel of weirdos. Do we have anybody else as we move forward? Well, let me go ahead and give you guys a second if anybody else wants to jump in. I do want to say thank you for joining us tonight on the Witching Hours. It is the top of the hour, so I want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out. If you have joined us since the beginning of the show, we are being joined by Irene and Danica, and we're talking about Irene's show, Trance Scribing, which Danica and Mr. Bill, the tech guy, are both a part of, helping that show run like a well-oiled machine. It is going to be coming back next week, hopefully on Tuesday night, 8:00, right, Irene? 8:00 on the Spirit Realm Network. So you can go to spiritrealm.net, and that is where you can catch the show. You can also catch it live on the Spirit Realm Facebook page. So you can go to Facebook and be able to catch them over there as well. So if you aren't one of the lucky ones who gets a reading tonight, you can head over there next Tuesday to take your shot at it again.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be less
So
sick.
CMC has also jumped in.
What'd you say, Irene?
Hopefully I'll be less sick when that happens.
Yes.
Yeah, I know,
you better
right?
be less
I hope
sick.
so.
I get some rest, girl. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here.
All right.
So that we can get our wheel of weirdos here. Okay. Allison was trying to get Shadow Max in there, but he said he didn't have a shirt on, so we. All right. So we have Luna Loose, Denise. We're gonna shuffle it, and here we go.
We'll spin. Oh, okay. There we go.
It's going.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I totally thought it was gonna be Denise, but it's CMC.
CMC.
Put your shirt on, my friend.
All right,
Okay.
CMC. I'm going to let's see. I'm going to send you a whisper. CMC. And I'm going to send you a link over to our studio. So if you click on that link, CMC, you'll be brought backstage. Give us a thumbs up and we will bring you on live. If you are watching the show or hanging out with us now, then you already know Medium Jenny Lee. But did you know you can book a private session, explore her spiritual services, or check out her latest content all in one place? Head over to mediumjennylee.com. Whether you're seeking guidance, answers from beyond, or just curious about what the spirit world has to say, Jenny offers personal readings, mentorship, and more. Don't miss your chance to connect directly. Visit mediumjennylee.com and take the next step on your spiritual journey. Your journey to the weird is just a click away.
All right, here comes CMC. He's got a shirt on. Good job.
There we go.
Hi, CMC. Got a shirt on. Good job. Hi, CMC.
hello.
Welcome in.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right. So glad to have you on the show, CMC. So we'll go ahead and let you get started with your reading from Irene.
Outstanding. Looking forward.
Well, I hope I can successfully bring your family through. I just want to let you know, again, I may not look at you. I may be looking around all over the place. I'm always 100% present with you. So if you need me to stop for any reason, or if you have any concerns, please do so. It's not going to interrupt or harm anything. So immediately when you first came on the screen, Spirit did that thing where they kind of yell out mom. So that could either mean mom is passed or we have to talk about mom. So when they yell out, it's hard for me until I see something or I know for sure that mom is passed. So the feeling that I get is either your mom has passed or she's not feeling well right now. And she's kind of maybe in a space where it's harder for her to communicate. So okay. Okay, so hold on one second. I just need to make sure. So CMC, please tell me, is your mom passed?
No.
Okay, so there's something going on with your mom. Is she able to communicate with you?
Yes.
Okay, is she having trouble with her sleeping? Because there's something going on where she's not able to express something that she's going through, that she's feeling. So, you want to hold it, or you? So for me, this structure here below is a bed, and there's something gigantic sitting over the bed. So I'm not sure. This could literally mean there's something about her bedroom. Either she has a big tall dresser next to her bed, or there is something that sits over top of her bed, like anything like a canopy or something like that, or she has some kind of equipment or something around her. So for her, there's something going on with her sleep. So when this sits in the middle, it's telling me there's something off. So, and they tell me in her sleep. So is she having trouble with breathing at night?
I don't think so, but definitely sleep is an issue. She'll go for 3 or 4 days where she will sleep 18 hours a day.
Wow.
And then the next 2 days, she'll be up for easily 15 to 16 hours
Okay.
for
So
those 2 days, and then just go into exhaustion and go back to bed.
and they
Wow.
haven't been able to figure out what's going on. Like she can't figure out what's actually happening.
So it's dementia.
Okay, so she's in those early. So okay, that makes a lot of sense then. So usually when something comes through and when they say difficulty to communicate, for me it's definitely there's something going on with their sleep. But that's that stage where we can communicate with people who are having that difficulty, dementia, Alzheimer's, some kind of cognitive impairment, or they could be in a coma or unconscious. So for her, that the stages of dementia, she's not knowing to communicate with you what she's missing, what's happening. Okay, so it is in her sleep. There's something going on. She might be experiencing. Okay. There might be medication issues going on. So if she's on any type of medication, it could be affecting her sleep. So, excuse me. But there's this one other thing where I feel like she's dreaming and she doesn't like what she's dreaming. Okay. So she tries to stay awake because it's uncomfortable for her when she dreams. So she's actually not letting herself sleep. Okay. But when she sleeps, she struggles. She is having a breathing issue. So this is not just because I'm sick, but she is having a breathing issue. So I don't know if she's needs oxygen every once in a while, or if she just needs to be propped up, but she's having something going on with her breathing, and that's also affecting her sleep. Well, she'll wake up, go back to sleep, wake up, and she doesn't know she's waking up and going back to sleep. So she's ending up sleeping much longer than she actually is. And then she gets those kind of awake experiences where you're half asleep, half awake, which might be giving her like a little bit of like that scary dreams, things like that.
Mm-hmm. That all makes complete sense.
Okay. So she okay. I just had 3 family members just walk in. I had a grandmother, a grandfather, and an uncle. They all just walked in together. Do you have an uncle also that's passed?
Yes, and okay. Jenny knows 2 of them.
So the uncle that just walked in too, he says he sits with her, but you would never expect him in a million years to sit with her. But he's the one that actually sits with her the most. So for him, it's almost like I'm making up for it, is kind of the way he kind of makes it sound. I'm making up for it. I'm going to be there. I hope that makes sense to you. So he's trying from the other side to be that for her now.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. I'm supposed to tell you, so I'm not sure the extent to which you're helping with your mother, but your mother wants me to express, and I'm not sure why, because she can express it herself too, but she wants me to express thanks, and your family wants me to express thanks to you. So whether it's helping with her, but as also your ability to communicate with her, it's kind of like, so I'm not sure what your intuition is like, but it's almost like, I know what my mom needs. You don't even have to say something. Like, she doesn't have to say something. You're like, oh no, she needs this, or I need to just do this for her. And she's maybe
MC would be able to communicate with her without having to speak to her.
Yep. I saw Jenny smile the same time.
So then you're like that for them, that is key for her right now. And they're very thankful for the fact that you can do that. And it's going later on, it's going to be very important as time progresses.
CMC, you know, all those times that your male family members would come through and be like, we're so proud of you. And we're like, what the hell are they so proud about? I feel like it all just clicked. Like, this is what they were talking about. Like, they were working up to this, and like, we hadn't quite got there yet. That this is what it was all about.
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
It makes me want to cry.
Yeah. I do want to mention one more thing. Danica, please. Down here in the image, there's like a little shark fin. Do you see that?
I do.
Okay, so when a shark fin comes up on my readings and that symbolism, it usually means you might have a few people, one or more, like around you that you feel you can't rely on, you can't trust. So there's like a validation for you to let you know that you're not wrong, and that some of the feelings that you might be getting about, like, I feel like it's a couple people, but at least one, possibly two, that you may feel are unreliable or you can't fully trust or rely on or depend on. Trust what they're saying to you. Okay, so they're validating that for you. So if you seem like the kind of person, you know what you know, but then you kind of like, I'm being too mean. And like you might be questioning yourself. So they're letting you know you're not wrong about these gut feelings that you're getting in these situations.
CMC doesn't have a problem telling people what he really thinks. So I think you just keep doing that, CMC. I feel like hold your picture up again, because your drawings look like something else.
Uh-oh.
CMC, what do those drawings also look like?
Looks like an airplane and a submarine.
Oh,
tell them what you do, CMC.
I'm a pilot and I'm an engineer at Boeing.
Oh my gosh. This is why
he's got
on transcribing, we have the notebook in front. So there's ways that I can interpret this, but I always want the sitter to see the notebook.
As soon as you held it up, I was like, it's a flipping airplane.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
That's awesome. So I didn't even know, and they brought another message through for you through Medium Jenny, through Jenny.
No, it's like, you're drawing the symbols that mean something to you, but at the same time, it ends up being a different image that validates for the sitter that message is absolutely for them, because you can't deny it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's an airplane and a submarine.
Duality to it. Yeah. It's like two different purposes in one drawing. Yeah.
Yep. It's amazing what comes through. And then you have the literal and the symbolism, which I love the most between the two. So that's pretty cool. I love that. That's awesome. Well,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Such a great reading. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, CMC. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. And I'm so glad that you got a great reading.
I did.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Good night.
All right, Irene. Are you feeling okay?
Let's try. Let's go.
Okay, because we don't want to overdo it. All right, let's get back to our Wheel of Weirdos here.
The Wheel of Weirdo. We need to make a movie for that one. The Wheel of Weirdos. Yeah. Come on down.
Sure.
All right, Denise, Luce, Luna, here we go. Last reading of the night. I think it's going to be Denise this time. It's not going to be able to click over. All right, Denise.
All right. Denise, I am going to send you, let's see the best way to do this. I'm going to send you an instant message, I think, if I can do it that way.
Put your shirt on, Denise. No.
Yeah.
Dress. Pants not required. That's what Danica does when she moderates. Her first step in moderation is in moderating, is to make sure there are clothes on the individual. That's step number one.
Yes. Do they have a shirt on? Do they have do they look presentable? There's no they're not like in the bathroom or
right. Yeah, exactly.
Places.
All right, Denise. All right, so I am going to send you a request and a message, and in that message, Denise, is going to be the password to be able to just click on that link that I sent in your instant message, and that will bring you straight into backstage. You will not be on camera yet. You'll just be backstage. And then once you're on there, give me the thumbs up and we'll bring you live on to be able to do your reading.
I keep thinking like those COVID time things where you like somebody would be trying to do like a video call and not realize there's like a mirror in the background, and like you can see that like they don't have pants or underwear on, like stuff like that. Yeah.
I still have to say, when we go with COVID time videos, my favorite one was still the cat.
Yes.
The lawyer.
I am not a cat.
Oh my gosh. And they can't get it off the screen.
Yeah, that was absolutely the best.
That is the best one. Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah. CMC didn't have any phone calls while he was on.
Yeah, no
That's
phone
good.
calls. We're good to go. Excellent. All right. Okay, Denise, let us know in chat if you're having any issues. I have the link sent to you, so you should be able to jump right in there. Let me know if you haven't received that.
She's
so
getting her glasses so she could see to get in here.
Oh, the cat lawyer. Yes, that's it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the cat lawyer. Yeah.
I am not a cat.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was so good. I'll probably have to watch that when we get off stream tonight. That'll be what I do the rest of the night. Okay. So while we have a little bit of time, let's do this. While we're waiting, let's go into what we have coming up on the witching hours, because we have a lot of upcoming guests that are going to be coming on that we're excited about. Next week, we are going to have Andrew Warburton on, and we are going to talk about fairies.
I love him.
I actually saw a question come up today that was something about like what would happen like if you made a fairy mad. What do you do to solve that problem? So we can ask Andrew that next week.
All right, Denise is on. We got 11 minutes left.
Oh no. And we got Katrina the Good coming on the weekend after that, which is also connected to the Spirit Realm Network, the blogger for Spirit Realm. So we're going to talk about all things paranormal then. All right, Denise, we're going to bring you on live. You are live on the Witching Hours. Welcome,
Hello.
Denise.
Hi.
Welcome in.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm happy to be here.
Yay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Frosty took himself out so we can see it.
Yeah, but you took away Danica's job.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to scooch out.
No. Now you have to smile and look pretty. So in case I'm bad, they can see you.
I'll start telling jokes.
She's been smiling and looking pretty the whole time.
Yes.
Thank you.
So immediately when you came onto the screen, there's a grandmother energy with you. She's actually behind you right now as we're having a conversation. Not in a scary, spooky way. She's just saying hello, letting you know she's there. But that she hangs out. She also judges your cooking. So I'm not sure if you don't cook or how you cook, but she's judging.
Oh, great.
And she's making sure to say that. So she obviously has a very good sense of humor, and she loves you very much. She's back there. She's one for laughing. So she's showing me a lot of laughter, which means either she didn't laugh as much in life, and then she's laughing more now, or she was literally a laugher in life, and that like she liked to joke around and have a good time.
You say grandmother. Could it be mother?
So it's grandmother for sure. Your mother there, I just don't see her right now, but let's see. We'll keep going. Okay.
Okay.
Your mother laughed a lot too, or?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. She could be piggybacking with your grandmother, but right now I only see your grandmother.
Gotcha.
Okay. Okay. So your grandmother is showing me a doctor's office. So this is where I have to be a little bit more careful in like what I share when we're going live. But did you recently go to the doctor or get some kind of testing done? When she shows me that means she was with you and supporting you, and you're like she's going like this.
Oh.
So if you're a little nervous, if there's something going on physically, maybe you made an appointment to go to the doctor because of things that are going on, but she's letting you know it's going to be okay, but you still have to do what you need to do to take care of yourself.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't want you to have to share anything private or anything like that.
Well, I know I need to make an appointment. So.
Okay. So definitely make that appointment, but like you'll be all right, but you have to take care of it. Okay.
All right.
So, ooh. I have to figure out if this is just me being sick. Give me one second. I just have a pain in my chest. So if your grandmother hasn't passed from something in the chest, then it's possible I could be picking up your mother now coming through, because I was trying to lean into your mom, but I feel chest, which is heart and lungs, when I have something going on here. So there could have been some strain with breathing or some strain with the heart, something going on in that respect. Does that make sense to you?
Well, yeah, my grandmother lived to be 103.
Wow.
Okay.
She was 3 months shy of her 104th birthday.
Holy
Goodness.
cow.
So it may have been her. I mean, they say natural causes, but I'm sure, that had something to do with it.
Okay. So then I'm still getting your grandmother. Your mother hasn't sent anything in yet, but this is the sharp pain. I'll still ask her, see if she could come in while we're doing the reading.
No worries. I hear from my mom quite often.
Oh, that's wonderful. Do you have anything going on with your circulation?
I do.
Okay. So that's also something that's important for you to take care of. And it's also why it's probably good for you to go to see the doctor for that situation that's going on.
Gotcha.
Now, coming up here, this here is when I draw a tent. I mean, it could mean something else. If you see something else like before, let me know. But when I draw a tent, it's somebody who is either outdoorsy or they're okay. All right, that makes sense to you. Okay,
That's my mom. That's my mom.
Okay, there's your mom validating.
Yeah.
Through the hand, through the cognizance, she's letting you know she's here. Even though I can't see her, she's present. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So below this, she's bringing through this message, and your grandmother as well. But your grandmother just loves to be there around you and supporting you. You have two doorways. So the doorways that are coming up, one is, it's weird. One is kind of this, like it has this kind of block in front of it, and the other one is kind of something stepping to the side, here to the side, and there's something right in front of this door. When I draw doors, it usually means there's choices coming, or an option is coming, something's coming in the future, or it's happening right in this, like in the present. So it's one of these situations. Okay. So that's weird. Okay. So I don't know why I just saw this, but I just saw like somebody blessing like a shaman. So is there something connected to shamanism with you and your family?
Well, metaphysical, there's a belief there. There's a strong belief with my father, my mother, and I.
Okay. Because the shaman, he's blessing, like he's standing and he's blessing. So he's got like some kind of like stems or plant, like I'm not sure what he's blessing with, but plant, like a plant in his hand, stems of a plant, and he's blessing. And there's smoke and there's things all around. So I don't know if that's something you need to maybe examine a little more, or consider. And it's interesting that it came through just as we were talking about choices. Yeah. So in what direction you want to go in. So there is something, you have two options. Both doorways are open. Both doorways will take you on a path that you're supposed to go. In this situation, it's no wrong decision. However, there is someone in front of this doorway in particular that's actually causing a block. So either you're going to have to work extra hard if you choose the doorway. This could be the doorway that's like something spiritual, because that's when I was looking at this doorway is when I saw the shaman. So it could be something connected to spirit, your spiritual side, and getting to a higher level spiritually.
Okay.
To some kind of level up, some elevation. But
okay.
But in terms of this other one, do you all right, so I don't know what you do for a living, but your mom is like, man, she's just not happy right now. So does that make sense? Okay. I just heard her. So it feels like one is like a spiritual path. One is like your work path.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's spot on.
Okay. So this might be a little harder, she's saying, but this path is just as open as this path. It's
Okay.
just going to take a little more work. Okay. But so if you want it and it means that much to you, and you know, and the like the area that you're in your job right now, you don't like, is something to think about.
Gotcha. Okay.
Jenny, you might have some input. I can see it in your eyes.
I just keep going back to the shaman with the plants and stuff because I can see him too. And
You can see him?
yeah.
Oh, I will.
And-
I'm going to interject just briefly.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had an aura photo taken many years ago,
Mhm.
and the aura photo ended up with a headdress on. And my,
Oh, you're seeing too, Irene. He's got like a headdress on, right?
Yep.
and the color like indigo and violet and white.
So
Oh,
I
wow.
think there might be more than one thing happening there with that shaman, because I feel like it's really like it's a real person, not a living person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's like I want to use the word guide, but I don't. Like I feel like he could be like he's ushering in something for
Okay.
you. But I think it's also symbolic of something that you could choose to do if you walk through that door.
Wow.
It's like really intertwined together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really is part of this path, this second path.
Mhm.
The shaman, would it have been possibly somebody that I had known?
It's possible.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible. I just don't. I don't know that for sure. That's not coming through.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But there is that there, like, it's very clear. It's a very clear image that comes through.
Mhm.
So there's a possibility that yes, it could have been somebody that you knew.
CMC has a good word for it. Not a guide, but a mentor.
That's a good one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Yes.
So, I'm not sure where you I don't know where you live. For some reason, like this looks like an area with like hardly any trees at all. Like there's maybe one tiny. Does that make sense to you? There's like one little tiny thing here, but there's like nothing else in the landscape. It's like just open. So either this is some like literally your space where you live, where there's just open area. Because I feel like this is stepping out of like a place, like opening the curtains. So either you were actually doing something with curtains recently, or, but you're opening the curtains, like,
Okay.
and stepping out. So there's something about this space when you step out of this doorway out into whether it's the backyard or an area that you frequent that kind of gives you the same feeling.
Okay.
This is for me, a space where you connect.
Oh.
Okay. So like I tell people when they speak to spirit and they wonder if spirit hears them,
Okay.
and they go to certain places, like they're holding a coffee and they're looking out their window and they're talking with their loved ones and talking with spirit. Spirit hears you. For some reason, that area, that space is a place that you connect. So you connect more, in a strong way.
I know this now. I know where it is. It's over the hill.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. That's a great space for you. All right. Is there anything? Okay. So your mom just said, okay, no, she's good. Just make sure she goes and gets checked out.
All right, Mom.
And take care of your circulation, but build on this journey. There's something coming.
Excellent.
Something really good. Something lighting up.
That door with the curtains, I think, could also be symbolic of the metaphysical, spiritual journey of going through the veil.
Excellent.
It's possible, yeah.
And I just want to say a weird synchronicity. We were talking at the beginning of the stream that today is my mom's birthday. Well, her name is also Denise.
Oh,
my God.
And my name was Ginny.
Are you serious?
Oh, wow.
Not Jenny, but Ginny.
Wow.
So close.
How weird.
Yeah.
See,
So
it was
many.
like you were meant to win that reading today.
There you go. There you
I
go.
really appreciate it so much.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you, Denise. Thank you so much for coming on and watching.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Thank you
All
again,
right, Denise, have a good night. Thank you.
guys.
All right. Well, that was wonderful. Thank you so much, Irene.
Welcome back, Mr. Bill.
Yeah. Well, we have reached the bottom of the hour, but I want to ask you guys real quick. What else do you talk about this? The time for the show, when can people watch you again, and what else do you guys have coming up that you want to let people know about?
Do you want to?
Oh, yeah.
And Mr.
So
Bill?
the show, once again, September 30th on spiritrealm.net at 8 p.m. If you want to have a reading, we'll send out a link beforehand and you'll click on the link to get into the waiting room where you'll see me. And do you want to, Mr. Bill, you have anything to say?
Oh, I always have lots to say. Well, depending on how much time is left for the show, I could share a few things. More of a background of Irene. She doesn't know this, but she had my wife on.
Oh,
Really?
Clip of that. It's 14 minutes long, but I can just do a couple minutes if you'd like to see it.
can you
We're
get
running a
us
little time tonight. We've actually reached the end. We've actually reached the end.
We're past our
for tonight.
time.
But that would be something I would really like to see. So maybe that's something we could check out or put the video in Discord or something like that for people to be able to check out. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be
Did I
great.
do a good job, Mr. Bill?
What was that?
Did I do a good job?
Oh, absolutely. You nailed it. And she was so enthralled that she wanted to get on, but because of her work schedule, by the time we do our show, she has to go to bed because she has to get up at 3 a.m. to get ready to go to her job. So she was usually in bed by 7 p.m., but she loved it. And we've been married for over 34 years now. We were high school sweethearts, and yeah, she absolutely adored the session.
Wonderful.
We have a question in the chat for you, Mr. Bill.
Uh-oh.
Priestess Wonderland would like to know, do ghosts mess with the tech a lot and cause problems?
Well, that's the fascinating part of my position. I am so far away from Irene that when I take that technical aspect away from her environment, there's absolutely no interference other than what she had for her camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, her camera's gonna mess
I'm in
up.
a totally different state. I am nowhere near, and that way all those interruptions don't even filter through. Like, I keep everything neutral and balanced is what I do.
Oh,
Thank
good.
goodness.
I love that.
Well, just to let you know, before we jumped on, I had to play around with the computer because we took this computer on an investigation and it changed the language from English to Greek.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, and I couldn't remove it. I had to actually remove the language completely so to only do English.
Wow.
So,
That's wild.
We always have problems on investigations, but
yeah.
and you can catch like,
Oh, Mr. Bill put up his picture. Look at
There you
them.
go.
Young little children. Oh, so sweet.
look at that.
All right. Well, we have reached the end of the show for tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming on, and thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We had an absolute blast. I think we had some really great readings tonight, and we thank everyone who came on to get a reading. CMC and Denise for coming on and getting readings tonight. Oh, we have pictures from the readings down there. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Now Irene can see who it was.
yeah, now I remember.
That's wonderful.
I don't remember the reading, but I remember her for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's wonderful. So keep your eyes open for a crossover between Irene and Danica on their Friday and Tuesday nights. So that'll be interesting to see. We're looking forward to that. So we will go ahead and say good night to all of you listening or watching in another time, in another place. We will see you all next time.